be perfect. Just do it.
Ready?
It's like having kids.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. It's been a month and a half since we started epoch48.
So for those of you who don't already know, we are a family of 4, and we have a pug and a chicken, and we have left our easy urban life in a nice size house, and we have decided to tour the lower 48 states in 1 year in a 500 square foot trailer.
1 year.
1 year, that's it. So we can't add to that. In order to do this for a year, we have had to leave our family and friends and most of our animals. We've left jobs and school and 4-H and activities. We've pretty much left everything that we were comfortable with to do this. And so now we thought we would take a few minutes to talk about our last month and a half, because we've been on the road for a month and a half now. And
what's worked, what hasn't worked, what's been good, what's been bad. Just how it's been for real on the road a month and a half.
And it gives me an opportunity to talk, because I feel like I don't get to talk to a lot of people when I'm on the road, so now I get to talk.
Talk to the camera.
That's what I said, now I get to talk. Oli has a few things to say too, so we'll get around to that. Actually, she's hungry.
So welcome to the first month and a half of epoch48.
So what has worked well, what hasn't worked well, and did I expect them to work that way? Let me see. Worked well. 4 people, a dog, and a chicken, going from 5,000 square feet to 500 square feet. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. Now, I knew it would be okay, but I didn't know how hard it would be to adapt to it. But that has worked well.
You know, some things we expected, you know, there's been bickering and, you know, a little bit of jib-jabbing and all that kind of stuff. The kids took a while to get used to, you know, staying in the same room, and you know, we went from 5,000 square feet to 500 square feet, and that's been an interesting challenge, but that was expected, and I think we've done really well. Honestly, I think after the first couple weeks, we got through that, and it hasn't been a big deal since.
We've been outside a lot, so that helps. Come the colder months, get back with me on like month 4, and then I'll tell you.
Some good things. Again, the sights we've seen have been amazing. They've been phenomenal. The redwoods were amazing. Bryce Canyon was amazing. It's been a fun time at the ocean. Lots of good things.
That has worked well. Traveling with the chicken has worked well. Honestly, we decided a week before we left that this is what we were going to do, and I had no idea how that was going to work. Clueless. I've taken a dog on trips before, but never a chicken, and it has worked extremely well. Both of our animals have been awesome. Travel days, I didn't know how those would work. I didn't know if we'd be so tired and so worn out, and if it was going to be so much work, but I think once we got into the routine of everything we had to do to sort of break down the 5th wheel to leave, and then get to our place and put everything together, we have that down sort of pat, so it doesn't seem like it's a lot of work at all. So that has worked well.
So far, we have torn the closet door off of
I'm sorry, he says we,
RV.
but I'm pretty sure that would be.
We have torn the closet door off the RV again. Oh wait, one more time.
We did it 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. We've pulled the handle off the wall that goes up to the stairs.
There's only 2 steps. We're good.
Yeah, we've got a sewer valve that doesn't open or close. It's stuck halfway. We've got another sewer valve that the handle's broken. Thankfully, it's broken with an open position, so it actually doesn't get full without us being able to drain it. We have a blown tire, and pretty much the back left quarter of our RV is a mangled mess. So,
a couple of things that haven't worked well is the life of our tires. So we've had 2 blowouts, but in their defense, they were old. So they were some of probably the new tires that came on the vehicle, so they're about 4 years old. So we're okay with that.
Some things that were unexpected. We had a lot of tire trouble, but we didn't have it till way after we started, which was interesting. We went through hot states like Utah and Nevada, even through the northern part of Arizona, and honestly didn't have an issue. We left Northern California, head into Oregon, didn't have an issue, and then all of a sudden, every other trip in Oregon, we're losing a tire. We lost 2 while we were here.
Other things that, it's not that it didn't work well, but we can't plan in advance a lot what we're going to be doing. And especially if you have to do a lot of purchasing of tickets or reserving things, just because what if plans change? You really have to really use wisdom and be fiscally responsible with that kind of stuff. So we've sort of missed out on some attractions that probably would have been really cool because we didn't reserve things in advance or buy tickets in advance, which is fine because in return we have seen other cool stuff. And because we have animals, we cannot be gone all day long, so we sort of have to plan around that.
Some other things that were unexpected, you know, smashing the back end of the trailer into a red pylon at a gas station probably wasn't super expected. We've had some challenges with our sewer system.
Shopping has been, okay, so to me it's been difficult. For other people it might not be difficult at all because we have access to food. But we have gone into some of the smaller town stores and you really have to look at the labels because a lot of stuff is expired, which is a little weird. So, bought peanut butter in Ellie, Nevada, is that how you say it? Yeah, and out of like the 5, I was the Justin's peanut butter, so I was getting the good brand, spend my $6, and out of like the 6 containers that were left on the shelf, I picked the one that expired 4 months previously. So brought it back, did all that. So being able to find good food and food that doesn't cost a lot, because when you're in the smaller towns, everything costs a little bit more because it's just smaller. And where else are you gonna go? So you might as well go there and pay all the money. So I think the shopping's been a little difficult. There's some stores you go into, they're grocery stores, and they don't have stuff like granola bars, and trying to find snack items for when we're hiking and stuff. Obviously it's not the end of the world, but it is different. And so we kind of learned how to navigate through the small towns and figure out when we're gonna have a Costco or go to see a Walmart. Health food stores, I miss my Vitamin Cottage and Natural Grocers. Some of the other health food stores that some of these places have, you got mosquitoes flying around, they really, really, really love their items because they're like twice the cost of even stuff you'd get at Whole Foods or something. So always getting pretty, whatever. So, I think the shopping.
As far as bad things, you know, the only bad thing I can think of, you know, is we lost a chicken at home, which was sad and, you know, hard on the family. But
the worst part of the trip for me was absolutely July 8th, when one of my chickens at home passed away. And that was hard for me because I couldn't be there. And yeah, leaving them was hard enough, but to have to lose one was very hard. So that's been the hardest, just because I couldn't be there with her, and I couldn't be there to bury her, and I couldn't do what I should have been doing. That honestly was the hardest out of all the heat and the long drives, and we can't go through Zion National Park because the husband went the way he knew he wasn't supposed to go, and we have to go all the way around. You know, that wasn't bad. It was definitely just losing something that was so dear to me and something I loved so much, and I don't want it to happen again while we're gone. So that was the hardest. So if you have a hardest part, you gotta have a good part. And I think the best, I don't know, it's more of a generalized best part, but I think that we've been able to spend time together as a family more, that we as a family have gone and experienced so many things just here alone in 7 weeks that some people might not experience in a lifetime.
The time that we've had together as a family has been good. We've played a lot of games. We've had a lot of time in the car to chit chat and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's been really good.
All the places we've been able to see, the hikes we've gone on together, the landmarks that we have got to enjoy together, the conversations that we've had. I think all of that kind of stuff, because we're on the road trip and because we're doing things together, I think the time that I've been able to spend with them, especially Charlie, because not in a bad way, because he was the provider and he worked, but for this amount of time he's never been able to be with us this much. And me and the kids, especially during summer, we're with each other for 2.5 months. Christmas break, it's 2 weeks. Fall break, it's a week. And so me and the kids know what it's like to be together a lot, but we've never had Dad with us that long. And so that's been my favorite part.
You know, looking forward into the next month and a half, it's going to slow down a little bit for us. We got the kids starting school, so you know they'll have some downtime during the day that they haven't had recently, I think.
I don't know, we start school in about a month or less than a month, and so that is going to be different. I don't think it's going to be hard. It's going to be different, but I think it's going to be good. I think sometimes the kids, it's not that they get bored in a bad way, but I think having school and learning, it's just going to get their mind going, and they don't feel like they just have to sit around and mindlessly do stuff they don't need to do.
You know, with getting off the West Coast and, you know, some of these places that have some really great destinations, and, you know, we're going to be traveling a little bit less per week. So I think we'll slow down a little bit, and I think that'll help everybody kind of catch up with their rest and their sleep and get in a little bit of a routine if that's what they need.
The next month and a half, I expect that the temperatures are going to get cooler. I'm going to miss out on my summer temperatures.
We'll still see some beautiful sights and all of that, and it'll still be a great trip, but I think we're going to slow down a little bit in this next month and a half, which will be good. The weather's going to start cooling off. We're going to start losing some daylight. We're going to figure out probably how to be inside the RV a little bit more than we are now. Right now we spend a lot of time outdoors.
I think we're just going to keep finding more and more adventures. I don't foresee anything like coming along. There's going to be a lot of road time again, but every time we go to a new state, there's just so many cool things that we're experiencing. So that's what I see over the next month and a half.
But yeah, I mean, we expect some great things in this next month and a half.